All right, back here live again for what is this now? Day 5 of our 28-day drawing challenge. That's 28 different prompts for the 28 different drawing challenge here, 28 days of drawing. Tonight's is Gremlin Mode. So I'm, of course, going to draw, tonight I'm going to draw the Smart Gremlin. And if any time during you're watching this and you like what I'm drawing, just make sure you leave a like on the video. It lets YouTube know who to send this to. Hopefully artists or people interested in art like you. So I appreciate you watching tonight. I'm going to get right into it and then talk in the chat a little bit for people that join live. They'll probably show up in a little bit here, but I'm going to get right to my drawing. I'm also going to monitor the live chat a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about the Gremlins tonight as I draw, I guess. And I'm going to pull up my reference sheet that I've got going on for tonight. Well, real quick before I start that, maybe I'll show where we are so far while people get in here. Let's see. Turn this down a little bit. All right. So far, it's day 5, and day 1 was a unicorn past its prime. That's what I came up with there. I drew 2 of them. Day 2, I didn't finish this one. I only got the pencils, but it's the Groundhog Day. Day 3 was Problem Child. So I drew myself. I was labeled a problem child when I was a kid because I drew a lot of Iron Maiden. And last night, we did Angry But Adorable, and I drew Rocket Raccoon. So tonight, we're going to do the Smart Gremlin from the Gremlins movie. Just because everybody drew Gremlins today. Let's take a look and see what other artists out there in the Draw or Die Club did today. If you hashtag your artwork Draw or Die Club, I'll take a look at it every night. It's the top post. We'll go down to the bottom post here. But of course, we're going to see a lot of Gremlins today. What do we got? This one's from Trask, I'm sure. Yeah, One Man's Trask. That's a wonderful Godzilla mashup. Oh, a car. I wasn't expecting that from Brandon. That's awesome. A gremlin. Yeah. Sweet. Let's do the the emojis thing. We'll keep that on tonight. That'll be fun. Got another gremlin here. Veronco Pops. Great. I like looking and seeing what's out there. And yeah, I thought about drawing this guy. You're going to see him in a minute. The 3D gremlin. Detective JD. Great. Sharpie art. Let's see if there's anyone I'm not following. Veronco. There's a gremlin on a plane wing. I thought about maybe that as well, like someone on the wing. Let's go back to Keith Tunes. Shouldn't eat after midnight, gremlin. You know the gremlin rules. Right, that's awesome. Freddie Shamrock. Our good friend Kaiser Illustrations here with a Gremlin Mode, indeed. All right. There's some really good ones today. Oh, here's the the sexy gremlin. System of a Steph. It's constantly nailing those every day. What else we got here? Another gremlin car. All right. Hero Hotel. Right on. That's good. Transformer gremlin, was he? The lesser known Transformer. Great. All right. So tonight I'm going to draw the Smart Gremlin from the movies. I'm going to pull up in my little reference sheet here. I've got a couple. Found this really great reference for Gizmo from the Gremlins, but this is the guy we're going to draw tonight. The Smart Gremlin. I'm just going to kind of just keep that up as a little bit of a reference, real small. All I need to do is kind of get a general gist of what he's looking like. Right. All right, let's crack my knuckles. Got to do some drawing stretches. All right. And as always, I'm going to start real small over here, just drawing some like composition sketches. So when I think of this smart gremlin, I'm going to think of like him reading or smoking a pipe. I think in the movie, like a, tobacco pipe. They've got kind of like, the shaped head here. We'll get in there and figure that out. But I just kind of want to get the shape of what he's doing. So I think he'll have a pipe in this hand. Can't even really see what I'm doing, but that's real small. I'm just going to get the composition, the silhouette. We'll figure out the details in a minute. I think he's going to have like a book or something. Maybe the book will be, maybe it'll have a title on it or something. And might be funny if he's like sitting in a chair and his little claw feet are hanging out. Then maybe he has like a little bourbon or something here. The table beside him. Little chair. Great. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Chat later if you have any questions or whatever. Put them in the chat, and I'll get to that maybe. I think we're going to go with that. We're just going to go with my first little sketch here. So that's really small. What I do every time is I kind of just blow that up. I think that's going to be about the size I want. That should be good. I always try to keep in mind too. I mean, it's a little tip, but that rule of thirds. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but the when you take any kind of square or shape and divide it into this guy, like a tic-tac-toe board. So if you put something in these focal points, like which this one isn't really that great for those focal points. So maybe I want the pipe or the glass, the book. Even that eye line, that's his eye line. Across there, that'll make people look at his face. Once you've done it enough, you kind of know, you can see those shapes without drawing them. So I'm going to fade that out. And then we're going to get into some of the details here. This might take a little bit of time. I don't know if I'm going to stay with the red pencil or not. I think I'm going to. You know what? For the sake of Gremlins, let's change it to a green pencil. Why not? Never done that before, so let's just do a dark green lead here. It seems to me like they've got these brow lines here that are very sharp and pointy. Our man here has, they got that little gremlin nose. Very pointy. He'll have glasses on, but I'm not going to add those glasses right now. I just want to get the eyeball shapes in there. He is going to have like a nice little like sinister grin. Do we turn those memes off so they don't fall in the way here? All right, and then it's going to get the basic shape of his crazy ears. I think all the gremlins from the movies, I remember when I was a kid, they all had different, you know, patterns on them. There was like stripe. I'm trying to remember. It's been forever since I watched that. But Smart Gremlin was always like the scary one to me because like he was like, oh man, he's intelligent. He's gonna figure out how to take over the world or something. Like you could see how he different patterns. We'll get into the coloring of that maybe in a little bit. Kind of want to get into the what was the plot twist for today? I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check real quick. I forgot what the plot twist was today. For those that don't know, the Draw or Die Club has a daily drawing prompt. So during this month, there is a secret plot twist for today. And now that you've mentioned it and reminded me, I have to see what it was. Let's see. It was in the weekly newsletter. Oh, you know what? I did not put a plot twist out to the drawing prompt. I messed this up. You got me. Well, I'm going to do it's too late to give the plot twist now. So the plot twist is it has to be from Gremlins, the movie. So there you go. I blew that one. All right. One man show here. I blew it, guys. We'll make it up. Make it up to you. Nice catch, though. Man, I didn't even think of that. I was doing the prompts, and how about it has to include a book or a pipe? Because we're gonna have a pipe here in his hand. Actually, don't want to get too detailed here, but I'm gonna shrink my lid a little bit there. And they've got like these weird, like sinister looking eyes. Like almost like a weird goat or something. And then this guy, I know he's got like these horns on his brow that always made him look like extra evil. I don't know if I have extra. There we go. There's more. You can see he has a lot of. He would start growing those horns like they were evolving into something else. You know. Get there. There's really no cutting corners on this one. I'm not doing. I don't know how much detail I'll put in. Just enough to make it cool looking. I have to simplify it a little bit because they're pretty detailed. Get in there and put some dark around the eyes. How do I capture my iPad footage? I get that question a lot. What I do is I'm on a Mac, so I use QuickTime and I connect with a cord directly to the iPad, and then I go to QuickTime and I say new movie recording, but I don't actually hit record. So it pulls it up on a screen that previews inside QuickTime, and then I share the QuickTime app to the streaming program. So in this case, it's OPUS. That's kind of like the workaround for that. Got to find some workarounds sometimes. Like I don't. This app currently doesn't have background music, which you might not be able to hear it. It's pretty just like a low key, lo-fi sort of thing. I'm using Creator Mix because I don't want to get copyright strikes because you can't use regular music. But I just like a little music in the background. So hopefully, I'm working with the team at Opus to kind of get these features in there, and they're going to add those kind of features soon. Just little loops to break up the silence if I get in the zone, you know. And then we got this pipe right here. Um, Gonna over exaggerate this pipe a little bit. Just a little bigger pipe. My friends at Opus will like this. Why do I use Opus over OBS? Never heard of Opus before. I guess you could use OBS, but um, and I've used other ones too. But Opus reached out to me. They're new. They're brand new, so they're kind of like doing some testing and adding some features. And they asked if I would test it out. Gave me a free preview of their app here, and so far I really like it. Um, so I guess you could, you know, it's not officially a sponsored stream, but they're giving me access to this, and it's really nice. I guess you could do the same thing in OBS, but whenever I used OBS a long time ago, and it just was a really kind of like complicated. I mean, I know I could do it and figure it out, but with these browser-based streaming, it makes it super fast and efficient. So if you're busy, and I'm completely busy all the time, I just want to have a push and play, do my layout. It's always set up for me, and it's good to go. So I guess out of ease of use, like something like this or StreamYard is just super easy to do. I have a lot of friends that use OBS though, but you know, it's just also, yeah. I guess another point that I'd make is that like if I switch computers for some reason, like if I'm on like if that ever should happen and I don't have the OBS program on my computer, I can jump into my link as long as I got a cord for my iPad and a webcam. I'm good to go. So I like the ease of use there. Right. Mm, did that hand wrong. Let's do that hand again. Did that one wrong. So we want the weird curled finger to kind of come up so that we can show that he's got a crazy gremlin finger, right? Don't want to hide that. We'll go full screen here for a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Getting that sponsorship money now. I wish. Let's see how it goes. Let's go full screen there. There we go. That's a better view. Pretty soon I won't even really need the reference anymore. I just enough to make it look like it's kind of like the likeness thing, you know. You just want it to look like a gremlin. There's no doubt that this is a gremlin. I'm going to throw those glasses on last. Um, Change this up a little bit once we figure out where his seat cushion is going to be here. And then I'm going to put a bourbon, you know, because he's smart. He's reading, smoking a pipe, and having a bourbon, maybe drink. Non-alcoholic drink? Nah, it's an old fashioned. That's what he's going to have. we won't get too crazy with the backgrounds or anything. Kind of overdo it. Maybe even just cut that to there. It's better. Yeah, they're going to give me a link. If you're interested in Opus, they'll give me a link at 6 months for free if you want to try it out and get some more feedback for them too. So I'll hook that up soon with the club. Maybe do a little video of how I'm setting up my setup and then give you guys the link to check it out. It seems like every week right now they're in production mode, so like they're changing features and stuff all the time. It's really nice. So I've got a contact there. She's very responsive. Like they switched on the 1080p. I kind of messed that up, so they switched the 1080p back for me. And a couple other things. We got the fun emoji rain thing. We can do polls in here. I usually like to do a poll when there's more people watching. So maybe later on we'll do a poll when there's about 15 or people in here or something like that. We'll see. I don't know what kind of poll question we would ask. I've scheduled a couple of the future streams here on YouTube too. So I'm actually writing in there what I think I'm going to draw. So I think the only way out is through. I'm going to draw the Juggernaut, just blasting through a wall or something fun like that. And yeah, I remember when. So go ahead and check those other streams out, or put yourself as waiting on the stream. I'm not sure if it helps with YouTube showing it to other people or not, but if there's more people waiting on the stream, even if you don't check in live, just kind of shows some interest in the future videos. Oh. I could pretty much wing it from here on out, I bet. I don't even need this reference anymore. Let's get rid of that. Mm-hmm. I remember in the 80s when the movie came out. The first movie came out. I saw that in the theater, I think. I was pretty little. I was pretty young. And then when the second one came out, that was the one with the smart gremlin in it. Brain. I think they call it Brain. And all the toys were out everywhere, and all the kids were scrambling to get. It was hard to find Brain, and it was hard to find the new version of Stripe. I think he had kind of like a mohawk. Or there was one gremlin that was like dark gray. His toy was really hard to find, and the kids in the neighborhood would be like, there was a spoiled kid in our neighborhood. He got all the, I don't know how he found the toys or what back then, but he would find all the good toys and then bring them around and brag. Jerk. Yeah, it was it was marketed as a family Christmas movie, and then people took their kids and they were like, "What is this?" Because it was a little, I mean, it was a little edgy for the time, a little scary. Not for me. I wasn't scared or anything when I was more scared like when they had the smart gremlin here, because he was like like figuring out, like he had a lab and stuff. He's like, we're gonna do this crazy thing, and I think they captured Gizmo, and they were gonna like take it. I don't know, some crazy plot. I don't remember the plot, but they definitely had a crazy plot to like clone Gizmos or turn Gizmo into the ultimate gremlin or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think I might have had a Gizmo toy, like an action figure, a small action figure, but I didn't have. I had a Gizmo and a Stripe, but everybody else, they went crazy collecting those other ones. I don't know all their names, but they all had different stripes. It was the that was the game in the '80s, man. You came out with a sequel, and then you had the toys, and um, he's gonna draw like a mangled foot. It doesn't matter. He's gonna have like a mangled foot. Gremlin, weird feet. That's a good poll, actually. Let's do that. I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna create a poll, and like, it should pop up here in a second. And I'm gonna write in: should there be a Gremlins reboot? And hold on a second. Now, if you guys reply to this poll, should there be a Gremlins reboot? If you do your um, answers with quotes like yes or no, let's just go with yes or no. Should there be a Gremlins reboot? You got to put it in the chat. Curious. Type yes or no in quotation marks, I believe. So, like this. Yes. Two yeses. Somebody put like a hell yes in there, or okay, there's a yeah baby. Yes, no. I'm kind of for no, actually. I think just leave well enough alone. No, no, poop. All right. This is great. We'll stop collecting the vote. Any more votes? Any more votes? All right, we got a lot of yeses. We're gonna send this to the producers of the movie, so they'll know that you guys all want that four of you want a Gremlins reboot. Reboots. Yes, I agree with that. Reboots are terrible. You can vote that way too if you like. All right, enough of that. Let's end this session and get back to drawing. Oh no, all of our emojis fell. I got to put the screen back here. All right, there we go. Great. Stop and have a little fun there. A little break. All right, so, you know, these are the basic pencils here, the basic lines. I'd probably be pretty comfortable actually going in and starting the inks here with this guy. But here we have the Smart Gremlin. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. All right, let's go. Let's fade that out. Fade this layer out. Fade it a little bit more. Nope. Actually, could probably. All right, now we go to the black. And go back to my ink set. The jar dye ink set. And I'll just use my regular old inker. All right, good. Now we'll get in here and start chipping away at these inks. Those were some good days, though. I feel like I'm pretty fortunate to have. That was when I was a kid. It was the '80s. We had a lot of these crazy movies coming out. E.T. and that's a really shitty line there. I'm going to change that. What else? There was E.T. and I'm going to draw Harry and the Hendersons for at least he's housebroken. The prompt. That's another '80s movie. It's almost becoming a theme now. So there was a lot of fun movies in the '80s that came out. The vibe for those movies was just different too. I can't explain it. The '80s movies just had a different fun vibe to them. I feel like maybe modern movies are kind of a little overly done with special effects and stuff. I like to see more puppets. If they redid a Gremlins movie, they would ruin it, guys. They would make it all CG BS, and maybe they would do a good job with it. The CG's gotten a lot better, but you know, Goonies. Goonies was the jam. Goonies was my jam. Maybe I'll find something and one of the prompts could be a Goonies prompt. Maybe we're coming up with an accidental theme for my prompts for my 28. That let's see. Okay. That's fun. Labyrinth, that was another one. I don't think I saw Labyrinth when I was a kid, but I definitely saw it as a young adult. Legend, holy cow. Tom Cruise is in Legend. That was a crazy movie. That big devil character. Conan the Barbarian. I don't know. It feels like in the '80s it was like Hollywood went crazy. They were just like, wait a minute, we can do crazy things because, like, '70s had okay movies, and '60s and '70s were like kind of just figuring themselves out. And then they're like, wait a minute, we can do like crazy weird things. Let's do it. Weird science. And then, you know, Hollywood ruined it. Everything. Terminator. I mean, come on. Terminator was almost like the original Terminator was almost kind of like low budget, you know? There was some special effects, but it was pretty low key. No one knew what the heck it was. wasn't like really super popular right away. I don't remember it being like, definitely wasn't a kids movie back then. Maybe a teenage young adult movie, but yeah, all the cool stuff came from the 80s. Yeah. Does anyone know? Wait, I'm trying to think. I saw this meme today about the first PG movie, first PG-13 movie. What was it and why? Oh, he's looking really, sinister. Brain. Mhm. There's some other good 80s movies there. Lost Boys, RoboCop. Yeah. Saw RoboCop in theaters when I was a kid too. I don't know what year that was, but that was a cool one. You walked out with the same vibe of like, what did I just watch? That was sweet. And then I like the zombie movies that came out too. Then there was Return of the Living Dead, which was kind of like a spoof. I didn't realize it was a spoof when I was a kid. I was like, this is way cooler than Night of the Living Dead. And then when I grew up, you learn that it was like kind of like a spoof. Yeah. Night of the Creeps was another like really bad B movie where the cop would say things like, he would always answer his phone. It was a shtick, and he would say, "City Morgue, you kill him, we chill him," or he would just have a million of dad jokes. He answered his phone. I'm trying to remember what the first Pete. I gotta look it up now. It's gonna drive me crazy. It wasn't what you would think first. PG movie was Red Dawn. Whole other topic. Let's not even get into that. You know, but yeah, Red Dawn was the first PG-13 movie. I thought that was weird. Of all the other ones that came out in the 80s, Red Dawn got to make that PG-13 because like there's so much violence considered in it. Kids with bazookas and stuff. I'm going a little too fast. Take these rings off. Uh, yeah, Wolverines. And of course, everybody would just wait around in the 80s for the new Star Wars movies to come out. So Return of the Jedi hit, and that was just huge. Parents probably went broke back then because, like, you think they go broke now, but even back then when things were cheaper, they were like, I just would constantly be like, Mom, Dad, I want, oh my God, the toy section at Ames or Kmart or Hills, Children's Palace, Toys R Us. Those were some crazy days. And honestly, the toys kind of sucked. The toys didn't do much. Kind of sat there. They weren't even very good, but it worked. Every kid wanted a gremlin. Every kid wanted Gizmo plush toy. You know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's like Baby Yoda now, right? Could do a better job on that, but I'm not worried about it. Matter of fact, I should probably do a little bit more black in this just to speed it up a little bit. He's got like a scarf on or an ascot. I don't know. Don't ask. Here's some more movie facts for you from Austin Hillard. Return of the Jedi was actually called Revenge of the Jedi, and they changed it because they realized Jedis wouldn't seek revenge. So there's some rare posters out there with that OG name on it. I didn't know that. Did not know that. I feel like I should know that because I'm, a decent level Star Wars fan, I think. But that is accurate. A Jedi wouldn't seek revenge. They would just be like, "We forgive you. We're gonna turn into a Force ghost now. All is forgiven." Probably something that could be colored in a little bit better. Okay. Forgive my stepson's yelling bagels outside, so. I wonder what my childhood would have been like if I would have had game streaming and stuff. Probably would have done a lot of that. Okay. We're not going to worry about too much about this table. I'm going to give it some like fancy legs or something. Because it's a smart gremlin. He's got a fancy table with fancy legs. Just because I feel like it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just a little added touch. Stupid little table. Looking pretty good. All right. Just want to draw where the smoke will go. We'll change that up a little bit when I get to some coloring. Boy, it's crazy to do a full. I could have just got away with the pencils and called it a day. Little half-hour stream. Sunday night. I'll go back to work tomorrow. But then I'll be back here 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Be Right back here, same drawing time, same drawing channel. I don't know what he's reading. Maybe I'll put like a title of a book right here. You know. Dolce says they're drawing the same gremlin. Good. It's the best gremlin, I think, maybe. And most character. That and the 3D glasses gremlin, I think, were the most iconic ones outside of, the usual suspects. Black that out. Good there. I could have cheaped out. Could have just done the face and said, like, look at that. Even with, I'm going to draw Harry and the Hendersons for the one. I know I'm going to do that. And I want to draw him like smashing the ceiling. It's kind of, I think, like standing up in the house. And I think that was a line from that movie, like at least he's housebroken. I don't know. Maybe. It doesn't really matter if it's not a real line from that movie. Also been watching. I finally caught up on The Last of Us on HBO, and I stopped watching it on the first episode because I was just like, I don't want this. I didn't like the first episode at all, and I'm like, I just wasted an hour of my time. I could have been drawing stuff, but all the buzz on the internet about the show and like Nick Offerman or Olderman, whatever his name is, Nick Offerman. He They were like, "Oh, that's episode number 3," and I'm like, "Man, that means I got to watch episode number 2. I'm not just gonna skip right to episode 3." So I watched episode 2 late last night, and I was like, "All right, episode 2 was better." And then, yeah, episode 3 was really good. Wasn't what I was expecting. No spoilers, but so now I'm gonna watch episode 4 now, just to see what the heck happens. But Alicia and I call it like Doom porn or something, like Walking Dead and all these, like, people watch like these miserable post-apocalyptic, and it's kind of depressing, and it makes you feel kind of like you want the people to survive. You want, you're hoping for, like, you're watching it because of that, but then they usually don't. It usually doesn't work out. It's usually like a sad, like you tune in to be sad. And I don't know, we're just kind of tired of that. Feels like the whole world, like we've been living in that world of sadness for so long. It'd be nice to just have something nice and light, and but I still watch it anyways. But she's not it. She's just like, whatever. She watched it though. She'll put on a good front of saying, like, I'm not watching that stupid. And then I put it on, and then she came in and was like, all right. I don't know what her opinion is. We'll ask her on the podcast on Thursday night. But I thought it was well done. Well done episode. And Pedro Pascal, he's having a heck of a couple years here. Mandalorian, and you know, I guess that's the one thing about these HBO shows, you know, unless they really suck, HBO will keep a show around, you know, Game of Thrones and Sopranos and stuff. So yeah, Austin said the same thing happened with Game of Thrones. Like the first couple episodes is tough. It's hard to get through. You gotta like really stay in there for the but but yeah, yeah, Game of Thrones, you'd start rooting for characters and then you would know you'd always be on the edge. It gives you anxiety watching it. Like, oh man, this is they're gonna die. Like even that's the one thing I did like without spoiling The Last of Us was I had that feeling the whole time I was watching that show. It was like this guy, don't trust this guy. He's gonna this like you know traveling guy. Like don't trust that guy. He's gonna as soon as you're not looking, he's gonna try to take your stuff. And they did a different twist on it. Turned into like a love story. And it was neat. I thought. Yeah. People don't. I don't know if people remember that Pedro Pascal was in Game of Thrones, and he got his head smushed. Spoiler alert. But I was like, wow, that's the same guy when he was Mandalorian. And Nick Offerman, I think I'm saying it right. I don't know. Met that guy once at Adobe Max, just briefly, because I didn't even know anything much about him. He was the keynote speaker there, and or he was like not a keynote speaker, but like they put him on a couch and asked him some questions, and he did like woodwork stuff on the side from being an actor, and just a really nice guy. And then okay, cool. We got the inks here for our smart gremlin guys. We can color. We can start coloring this. Although at this, 52 minutes in, let's see. Might as well go for it, right? Why not? Where do I gotta be? Work tomorrow. And now my little trick with the laying down the backgrounds first. And the coloring actually goes pretty fast now. It used to be the worst. I would take forever doing coloring. We're going to keep this coloring. I'm not going to get full into digital painting or anything like that. I'm just going to use kind of an animated look here for the coloring. Let me get there. Might be a little rough and loose today, but it'll be all right. I got to throw some color on this. Yeah. If anything, for the fact that gremlins are green and yellow and weirdness, so we gotta. And it'll look good on the, look good on the social medias, or on a reel or something, or on short, I guess, or the thumbnail for this video. When I get this done, it'll look sweet having a nice smart gremlin face. Really close by. Make sure it's connected. If you don't know what I'm doing right now, I'm just laying down a base. It should be all connected. Just laying down a base color underneath that. It should be connected. All right, good. And then I could come in and isolate this layer so I could just color a little faster, if that makes sense. And since he's sitting in the chair, what I'll do, this is a good example of that's the chair and the table and everything else, and then I'll make another layer of just the gremlin guy, and let's go with like a base green, a little more yellow in that green. There we go. And then I'll do an outline of just him. That way I can isolate that layer, and then the coloring's a breeze. It's just kind of fun. Go in and mess around with some brushes and have a good time there. These gremlins. What kind of work do I do? Charlie asks, what kind of work do I do? What's my day job? For the past 10 years, because I thought I'd never have a day job again. Um, and then I did full time illustration and comic book stuff and spot illustration, any kind of illustration for 13 years, full time. On top of also having like web comics on the side and stuff like that I did. But when I started working for others, but then 2012, at the end of 2012, I had a job. Oh wait, I just got to do that. Not paying attention. Whoops. Okay, good. Back on track. I started working at Spreadshirt. I got offered a job in the weirdest way. I'll tell that story real quick while I'm coloring this guy. But yeah, I got offered a job, and basically Spreadshirt does print on demand clothing. Like you can upload your own design, lay out T-shirts, hoodies, hats, all kinds of merch, and the most people that use it are creators, especially in 2012. So I kind of came in as the team lead for the graphics, the art people that made the shirt designs for like some of the top YouTubers and stuff back then. So that was been a fun job, and over the years I've kind of elevated to team lead in North America, running the strategy for the brand on this side, and going to shows like Vid Summit and meeting other YouTubers and building connections. And it's a fun day job. I enjoy it, and they treat me well. So, you know, 10 years is a long time to devote to something, but I really do like it. I like to work with the creators mostly. I think that's my jam. So I'm now heading up a whole new business field in the business that's called digital creator services. I'll be doing that, and that's yeah, dealing with creators, mostly YouTube creators, TikTok folks. So you know, I like talking to those guys and gals. All right, so now I'm isolating the layer. I'm gonna put a little background on there first. We'll do like a deep. I already did a deep red. Let's go with like a blue, dark blue, dark blue, or brown. No, let's do a dark blue wash. And how I came to work at Spread Shop is an interesting story. I was actually uh, running a local roller derby league with my ex-wife, now ex-wife, and one of the when you're the husband of a roller derby person or player, you're called a derby widow. Usually because the ladies go and skate and leave their husbands behind like you're dead. But uh, we started, or I started. It was actually my crazy idea because in order to be in a roller derby league around here, you'd have to drive. My ex-wife would have to drive an hour and a half to get to practice up in Butler, PA, and I said, let's just start one down here in Westmoreland County. So we did, and I ran the whole thing. And one of the I did the posters and all that stuff. It was fun. That part was fun. Um, anyways, one of the Derby widows had worked there, worked at the local plant in Greensburg, PA. And he's like, "Hey, there's a job opening, and you'd be really good at this because we need someone to come in and kind of take, lead this team and blah blah blah." I'm like, "I don't want to. I don't want to work another day job." But the reason I went back was basically also I thought, frankly, I thought it would fix my marriage because it's pretty stressful being married to, well, it wasn't all my fault. Let's just say that, but years and years and years of being an artist, even though I had some success, it definitely created strains. You have to be a special kind of person to be married to an artist, let's say. And I thought, okay, I'll go back and do some stability and fix my, I'll show that I'll do it. I'll do it. It didn't work. A year later, I was divorced, but I kept the job and I won out. I think that all the people around me, like the adults in my life back then, were like, "DJ will never hold down a regular day job. It won't last 10 years, mother crunkers." But it was in my wheelhouse, working with creators and stuff like that. So it was perfect for me. And yeah, reckon I'll stay because it's nice. I can still do my art on the side. And then I realized, especially during the pandemic, talking to people, so many different artists that were like, they lost their jobs or whatever, and or they had trouble, like, or feeling like a failure because they had a day job, and like, they weren't real if they didn't have a published deal or something like that. And I'm like, nah, you can have a day job and still do this. So that's kind of what I do now. Is like tell people, like, look at me, I got to work in the morning, and here I am on a live stream drawing this for you. You know, I don't think I can get in any trouble telling those stories. Everybody's on good terms now. I also met my current wife, Alicia, at roller derby. She was also a roller derby player. So we were just friends back then. But after my divorce, I was like, "Hey, I like you. Let's, let's date or something." I don't know. Nah. So she's a smart one. We always got along, but then we got the heck away from roller derby because, man, we found that roller derby was just a lot of broken people. Not just the ladies. There was a lot of, and there's some fine people in roller derby. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people get attracted to that for the wrong reasons. And but the guys that would hang around too were kind of sometimes creepazoids, and not the best intentions, let's say. But I'm pretty proud of what I did back then because I kept the ladies, kept the creeps out, made it so that they could come and enjoy you know their evenings and weekends, powering themselves with a sport. I always liked that part of it. Yeah. Mm. And then, through Spreadshop too. I mean, I got to go to all these conventions and things for work, and I'd meet these other YouTubers, and then they would just keep, like, once you meet a YouTuber, like a full time YouTuber, they want everybody to be full time YouTuber. No, but they encourage you, like, So people would ask me over the years, "Why aren't you doing YouTube?" And I'm like, I don't have time. I don't. know what the heck I'm doing, and then you pick up tips and tricks, and then you hang out at the lobby bar with them enough, and you become friends. So I got people I consider, friends. Even after work is done, I would still be able to text them and whatever. People I'll know for the rest of my life, probably. I think Daniel Batal and Roberto Blake and Nick Nim and all those guys are good dudes that teach others how to do YouTube. And so, yeah, I just kind of started bringing back the YouTube channel mostly out of peer pressure from my friends in YouTube land. But I'm like, no, I got it. I know what I'll do. I'll do things like this and the encouragement videos and stuff. I like doing that. And I'm going to launch another channel as well here soon with stories on it. Just like stories I'm talking about now, but only little drawings that come with them. All right, so we got our. Uh, do you have a mask within the layer or to just get the chair? So let me show you how I do that. So that's what I did with, you can see on this one layer here, or is it like the red layer that's right there? It's real small on your screen, but if I swipe my two fingers to the right, it isolates just the whatever I put on that layer. So I can't color outside of it, if that makes sense. And I do the same thing with the Gremlin guy. So now I've isolated his layer. And if I get in here, I can now change to the color like blue for his, or maybe like that color blue for his suit, and it won't go outside of onto the couch or what he's sitting on. So now I can just put that brush up high and just go like this, bam. It makes for coloring a lot faster. If I wasn't talking, I would be probably even going way faster. Maybe I'll try to go as fast as I can right now. Not really worried about the book. Just build up the layers. The blue. All right, blue. Then I'll hit the underneath of that. Right. Yeah, if you have an iPad, Procreate's very nice. I've tried all the drawing programs, so I've settled on Procreate. I've tried the other ones are fine as well, but Procreate just seems to be my jam. It's like $7, $10 maybe. When I got it, it was $7, and then it's been around for years. They give you all the updates for free for now, no subscription fee or anything like that. I dig it. Yeah, it's good. They also have a lot of good tutorials and stuff. I don't really. It's been a long time since I've looked at them, but you know, they have a lot of cool tutorials and stuff on their Instagram, and really nice people. I hope they keep it free. All right, so I don't know what his color looks like, so I'm gonna bust open my reference sheet here. It's not the best. Not the best. He's actually not really green. He's one of the ones that's kind of like weird, fleshy color, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to get myself a kind of try to eye it up, match it a little bit, just a little weird little yellow. And then I'll just take my gouache brush. No, we'll go with watercolor brush here. Should be able to. It's not peachy enough, or that's not. It's better. We'll blend that around a little bit. Some fun with that. Wish I would have looked at that before I would have made him. But I can change that real easy. I can just kind of go to the more red color and just start putting that in there. Or not red. What am I saying? Brownish, but there's always like a hint of green in that too, I think. Let's just say. Let me go super dark. Rich brown. Again, I'm getting a little too crazy with thinking about the coloring. I just instantly go into that mode where I'm like wanting to do some like crazy digital painting or something. But now that I know that his, you know, the base of his face was more brown than that, it's okay that there's a little bit of green in there. We can go in and get the horns and go around the eyes, and then we'll give his spectacles some look. Some white. That's what's nice too is I could use my other finger and I could just do color selection from the image and kind of get in there. Do that. So I think I'm going to just grab some of that for his teeth, the base of his teeth. We'll put some pink in there too for his gums because I know I can see those gums there. And then I think it's more like it's almost like a peach color, like a flesh tone color coming off of that. It's really okay that I'm kind of just blending this out a little bit. Just from a distance, it won't really. It'll look enough like that smart gremlin that I'm not really worried about anybody giving me guff about it. Some Gremlins fan. I'm gonna put red glasses on him. And then we'll take the brown from there and do the hand. Brown. We'll give him a red pipe and red. The claw should be the same color as the teeth, probably. I'm guessing. Take a little of that green. Nope. The inside of his palm is a little bit. It's a little too bright. Gah. That's what I want. I want that. Good enough. It's getting there. It seems like these are going to take about an hour and a half or so for the full stream, which is nice. Not bad. Not bad. Get his feet. Oh. Ah, come on. Let's color that in a little bit. Yeah, I don't mind that there's some green showing through. Still looks good. Put some highlights on their teeth. Erase that. Right. All right, we're gonna stop noodling with that. That one's good enough for his face. We're gonna put the red glasses on there. Some Sally Jesse Raphael specials there. Let's do that. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Just to make a nice contrast between the green and the right. And just little details, just like a little hit of some light. Maybe just go white. Just enough. Right? I don't want to do the same with the pipe. We're going to make him a red pipe. Just matching pipe. Great. And, just for fun, I'll do let's just do a crazy color for a shirt. Purple works. Purple and green. Now, if you're watching this and you're still watching and you haven't liked the video yet, make sure you give it a like. Like the video for the drawing if you like it. If you hate it, well, thanks for watching the hate the video. But if you're digging it, drop a like. Just kind of like a. All right, got to do the book real quick. So this book will do a green, different color green. What should the book say? It's got to be a short title. Think about that. Put it in the chat, maybe. I'll take a look in a second. Maybe we'll put the little title on this book. War and Peace, Meditations. All right. Those are good ones. Deep. Yeah. Is there a book called like Humans Suck? We'll get rid of the. I think War and Peace is a lot thicker than this book, actually. So I'm going to have to go with Meditations. Wait. The art. Waterworld? Waterworld. I think that might be it. Let's do it. Oh, what's going on with my pencil there? Water. It's very small, but you know, if someone wants to zoom in, they can see that he's, you know, taking it all in with the, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad one. All right. Yeah, I can keep noodling with it, but we're at an hour 20 for this one, so let's see. Zoom that out. Put that really big. Noodle with it a little bit more. Just do some highlights and stuff. You guys can throw some emoji rain in there. If you put emojis in the chat, they'll fall down on my face right now. Let's do that. Throw some skulls or green hearts. I wonder if a green heart would work. Let's try that. Green heart. Green. See if that works. Maybe. Oh yeah, green hearts. Green hearts and skulls. Okay. Well, he came out way better than I thought he would. Let's see if the alien comes in there. Let's see. All right. Yeah, you know, I'm going to sign this one. Let's just grab this yellow from here. All right. There it is. That is the Gremlin mode. What? You know what? I'm missing this. Um, this theme from the smoke, guys. Oh, man, almost messed up here. Just do a little gouache brush and give me some white smoke. Charlie, I talked about that a little bit earlier, but Opus is having me try out their software. It's new. It's pretty soon. I'll have a code to give soon enough for it too. I'll go back so people can try it out if you want. Also, the neat thing about Opus, there's a million different things that I'm liking about Opus right now. I can move these stickers around on my screen. You can't do that on some of the other ones, just by in the browser. So it's cool. I like that. So you could really customize it if you want to, not get too crazy, but you can do that with the others too. But this one you can actually move the stickers around. I like that. So we're gonna just go ahead and draw the smoke line white. I knew I was missing something, you know. I can even fade it out a little bit. It's a little bit much. That's better. All right. Very cool. Well, what do we got tomorrow? Tomorrow we have The Only Way Out Is Through. Let's get rid of that. I'll be drawing a Juggernaut from Marvel Comics, I think. And then Dastardly Duo. I'm going to probably draw the twins, the Pokemon twins. What are they called? My brain's slipping right now. You know what I'm talking about. Team Rocket. Universe in a Cup. I haven't figured these ones out yet. We're going to get there. At least he's housebroken. That's going to be Harry and the Hendersons. I'm going to do that. And then, yeah, these are going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to, let's see if there's any that popped up while we were doing this stream. I'm going to refresh. If you draw out there and you use the hashtag Draw or Die Club, I'll show your artwork here and maybe take a quick look through. Here's a new one that came up while we were on the stream. Oh, wait. Come on now. This is from Voxy Rye. And I'm not following you, so I will follow you. If I pull up in the art and I don't see that I'm following you, I'll definitely follow you. Yeah, we looked at these earlier. So yeah, great. Feel free to search the hashtag Draw or Die Club on social to see other art that's out there. Really digging the sticker looking stuff from Joe Don, and quite a whole. There's such a great amount of drawings happening out there. Sharpie art. That's a really cool one. I like that style. I almost did the movie theater 3D glasses one today. And there's always, if you hashtag your other stuff too. Here's Edward at work. He's got this super cool Wednesday here. Just kind of, I can see that he's got the stickers. He's bought some of the stickers. Thank you, Edward. And actually, we have the Draw or Die Club.com there on the screen, or drawordie.co. We got some merch. We got some buttons left. Got my digital brushes that I've been using in this stream. Check those out. And that's about it for this evening, I think. There's our boy, Brain. That one came out really good. Thanks for watching, guys, gals. We'll be back here tomorrow at 8 p.m. to draw the next one. Whatever I said it was going to be. I don't remember. Juggernaut. Busting through a wall or something. So we'll see you soon. Stay encouraged out there. Thanks for watching. Gonna stop the stream now. That's how I'm ending this. Have a good one, guys.